Welcome to Skynet and Chill. Today's AI news, lovingly curated by man and machine.
All right, let's jump right into it. What's got the AI world buzzing today?
Well, Anthropic's been making waves. They've just updated their Sonnet model, claiming it outperforms all other language models out there. They're also making some interesting moves with their smaller, faster, and more affordable Haiku model.
Hold on, outperforms all others? That's a bold claim. What's their evidence?
They're pointing to benchmarks and evaluations, but of course, every company has their own way of measuring these things. It's always a bit of a grain of salt situation, you know?
Totally. So what about this Haiku model? What's the angle there?
Seems like they're aiming for accessibility. A smaller, faster model means it can be deployed in more places, even on devices with less computing power. Think mobile phones, maybe even some smart home devices.
Interesting. That could be a game changer for making AI more widely available. But what's this I hear about computer use? Anthropic's getting into letting AI watch and control our computers?
Yeah, that's a big one. It's called computer use, and it's basically giving AI the ability to see what's on your screen and interact with your computer. Think of it like a super-powered virtual assistant.
Whoa, that sounds both amazing and a little scary. What are the potential applications?
Well, imagine you're struggling with a software program. You could ask the AI to walk you through it step by step, even controlling the mouse and keyboard for you. Or you could tell it to automate repetitive tasks, like sorting emails or filling out forms.
That's wild. But what about the security risks? Giving AI that much control over our computers seems like opening a can of worms.
Absolutely a valid concern. Anthropic says they're taking security very seriously, but it's definitely something to watch closely as this technology develops. We're basically talking about giving AI the keys to our digital lives.
No kidding. So Anthropic's not the only one making moves. What's Apple up to in the AI space?
Apple's been playing their cards close to the chest, as usual. But Joanna Stern managed to get an interview with Craig Federighi, Apple's software chief. He talked about some upcoming AI features for their devices and gave some hints about their future roadmap.
Any juicy details? What kind of AI features are we talking about?
Well, Federighi was a bit vague, but he emphasized Apple's focus on privacy and user experience. We might see things like smarter Siri, improved photo editing, and maybe even some AI-powered health features.
Sounds promising. But what about China? Are they on board with Apple's AI plans?
That's a bit of a question mark. Tim Cook recently met with Chinese regulators, but there's been no official word on when or how Apple's AI features will roll out in China. My guess is they'll want everything localized and potentially toned down to avoid any sensitive topics.
Makes sense. China's got their own unique set of rules and priorities when it comes to tech. Speaking of rules, what's this about AI being used to detect phone snatching?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool application. Researchers are developing AI that can analyze sensor data on your phone, like movement and grip changes, to detect when it's being snatched. Then, it can automatically lock the phone to protect your data.
That's clever. I can see that being a big help in preventing phone theft. But AI is not all sunshine and roses, right? There's been some controversy lately, too.
Unfortunately, yes. There's a tragic case involving a 14-year-old boy in Florida who committed suicide after becoming obsessed with a chatbot on Character AI. His mother is now suing the company, claiming they didn't do enough to protect vulnerable users.
That's heartbreaking. It's a stark reminder that AI can have serious consequences, especially for young people. What's Character AI's response been?
They've expressed their condolences, but they're also defending their platform, saying they have safety measures in place. This case is likely to spark a lot of debate about the ethical responsibilities of AI companies, especially when it comes to mental health.
For sure. It's a tough issue with no easy answers. On a lighter note, what's going on with AI in the business world? Any new developments there?
Definitely. UiPath, a big player in enterprise process automation, is adding AI agents to their platform. These agents can handle more complex tasks, like interacting with different software systems and making decisions based on data.
So, even more automation on the horizon? What kind of impact do you think this will have on jobs?
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Some experts predict a significant shift in the job market, with AI taking over routine tasks and creating new roles that require human creativity and problem-solving skills.
It's definitely a time of rapid change. We'll have to adapt and evolve along with the technology. So, what else is catching your eye in the AI news today?
Well, there's this new AI assistant called Highlight AI that's designed specifically for Macs with Apple Silicon. It can transcribe audio, summarize text, even critique your writing, and find your calendar availability. Sounds like a pretty powerful tool for productivity.
I might have to check that out. Always looking for ways to streamline my workflow. But what about AI beyond our planet? Any news from the final frontier?
Actually, yes. There's an article discussing the challenges of deploying AI on space missions. Apparently, low power and high latency are major hurdles. It's not as easy as just sending a supercomputer into space.
Right. Space is a whole different ballgame, but it's exciting to think about the possibilities of AI helping us explore the universe. Back on Earth, though, what's this about AI being used for police surveillance?
It's a controversial topic for sure. There's a new AI technology that lets police track suspects' cars from camera to camera, even without using license plate recognition. It's raising concerns about privacy and potential misuse.
Yeah, I can see how that could be a slippery slope. We need to have clear guidelines and regulations in place to ensure AI is used ethically and responsibly. So, any other AI news we should be aware of?
Well, the FTC has just issued new rules against fake product reviews, specifically targeting those generated by AI. It's a step towards combating misinformation and protecting consumers.
Good to hear. Fake reviews are a real problem, and AI can make it even easier to create them at scale. Speaking of AI and ethics, what's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's take on the issue?
He's been pretty vocal about his concerns. He says if he'd known his acting contracts allowed studios to use his likeness for AI training and recreation, he wouldn't have signed them. It's a complex issue, especially for actors and other creative professionals.
Yeah, it's a whole new world of rights and ownership that we're still figuring out. On the creative side, though, what's this about Runway releasing a new motion capture tool?
It's called Act One, and it's getting a lot of attention for its ability to capture realistic human movement from video. It could be a game changer for animators, filmmakers, and game developers.
Sounds like a powerful tool for bringing creative visions to life. But what about the potential for misuse? Could this technology be used to create even more convincing deepfakes?
It's a definite possibility. That's why there's a new PSA featuring deepfakes of Michael Douglas, Amy Schumer, and Chris Rock, warning voters about the potential for misinformation during elections.
Wow, that's a pretty meta way to address the issue. It's crucial for people to be aware of the risks and learn how to spot deepfakes. So, what's the latest in text-to-video technology?
Genmo is claiming that their Mochi One model is the best open-source text-to-video system available. It's another sign of how quickly this technology is advancing.
It's incredible to see how far we've come in such a short time. Imagine the possibilities for creating videos just by describing what you want to see. But what about the potential for misuse? Could this technology be used to create harmful or misleading content?
It's a valid concern. As with any powerful technology, there's always the potential for misuse. It's important for developers and policymakers to work together to ensure AI is used ethically and responsibly. Speaking of which, what's Asana doing with AI?
They're jumping on the AI agent bandwagon. They've launched a no-code tool for designing AI agents that can act as virtual teammates, helping with tasks and workflows.
It's becoming clear that AI agents are going to be a big part of our future, both in our personal and professional lives. And finally, what's Meta up to with facial recognition?
They're testing it out for a couple of interesting use cases. One is to combat ads that use celebrity images without permission, and the other is to make account recovery easier.
It'll be interesting to see how those tests go and what kind of impact they have on Meta's platform. And that's a wrap for today's AI news. It's been a whirlwind of advancements, controversies, and possibilities. As always, it's important to stay informed and engaged as AI continues to shape our world.
Absolutely. Thanks for breaking it all down for us. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the ever-evolving world of AI.
Thanks for listening, folks. Catch you next time on Skynet and Chill.
Bye-bye.